making cars moves us. What moves you?
The Guam Waterworks Authority plans to request for an extended timetable in upgrading the Northern and Agania sewage treatment plants. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency today announced that it has reissued the clean water permits to GWA while requiring that the plants be upgraded to full secondary treatment. Guam EPA Administrator Eric Palacios explains why secondary treatment results in much cleaner waste than the system GWA currently uses.
Primary treatment is exactly that. It treats the waste that comes in, to GWA system, and basically the solids are separated from the liquids. Secondary is also just a self-explanatory in that after primary treatment, it goes into a secondary treatment stage, which is more robust, more refined. Filtration systems are more are at higher standards.
But Consolidated Commission on Utilities Chairman Simon Sanchez says ratepayers will ultimately pay the price for the upgrades, ratepayers who are already tapped out with the burden of paying other court-ordered upgrades and repairs, which is why he says GWA plans to ask for an extended timeline, which is something he says Hawaii was granted.
If we had to do both at the same time, water bills would go to $200 a month. Yeah. You can't price water beyond the reach of people, and that's been our position with US EPA from day one. Maybe we should have been doing this for the last 30 years, but now we're going to get it done. But the people of Guam still have only limited funding.
President Obama's fiscal year 2014 budget does allocate $246 million for upgrades to the Northern District Treatment Plant, but Sanchez says we can't count on that money being there, which is why GWA needs to ask for more time.
If that money were ever available, then that would accelerate the timeline we would have to comply with secondary treatment. Maybe we could get at least one of the plants done sooner. But as we've seen since Build-Up 1, we were supposed to get $400 million, that didn't happen. Every budget since 2010 has included something for GWA, but it never clears the Senate. Right? So, it remains to be seen whether we'll get that money. We're grateful to the President, and we're grateful to DOD that they always fight for Guam and they always put it in there. But whether we'll get it, who knows.
Palacios says that while secondary treatment is better for the environment, he would support an extended timeline for GWA.
Ultimately, we want to make sure that whatever system is in place is a good system and that it lasts for a long time, and so that ratepayers don't have to be burdened with additional costs down the road. I mean, do it once, do it right, and if getting an extension will achieve that, I would support it.
Guam EPA does do weekly monitoring at beaches and inland waterways, which Palacios says helps ensure that GWA is providing adequate service not just to the island, but also to the marine environment. Betsy Brown, PNC News.